elleingles.com, pressure-free.com. For those of you new to my show, I'm the creator of the Pressure Free Method. It's an on-the-go stress management method so that no matter what pressures or situations you find yourself in, you can protect yourself. You can stay free of releasing the fight or flight stress hormones. It's these hormones that are the true enemy. They're going to mess up your brain so you don't make good decisions, have willpower, or think very well. And they're going to affect every single cell of your body. And they really affect your immune system. So today, the topic on my show is health anxiety. So if you know someone who's experiencing some health anxiety, and a lot of people are today, I've caught myself going into some negative directions, especially at night. So I'm going to give you some tools to help specifically with that today. But I just have a little diagram to start because this is what a lot of people are feeling, maybe even before the past several weeks have hit us. Your emotions are kind of going up and down, like, oh, okay, you're feeling great, right? And then down, and then up, and then down, and then up, then down. Whoops, which way am I going? So you're on this emotional roller coaster. So one of the things that I help my clients do with these tools that I'm going to share with you today is start to flatten the curve. Where have we been hearing that? So flatten the curve out and then start to lift it up. Okay, so first flatten the curve out so you're not in those real big swings of feeling really great and then going really low and going up and down and up and down, flattening it out and then moving it up. So it's up in here in what I call the sweet spot of your zone. The other thing that starts to happen too is that as you make progress with something, you get some ups and downs, but then it starts to move up. It starts to move up. And so this is this idea of changing the trajectory of what's going on in your life. So let's get to some tools to help you out. The first thing I have for you is a simple 3-step method when the thoughts in your mind, and we're going to get specific about thoughts about health, start to go in a negative direction. So you're starting to worry. Maybe you're worrying not for yourself, but for someone you care about because they're ill, or you don't want them to be ill, or their job puts in the position where they could become ill, or it's for yourself, your children, it could be anyone. And you're starting to ruminate about that and go in what I call a negative direction on it. So when you start to feel that, in that very moment, here are 3 steps to help you counteract going in that direction and creating more negativity for yourself. The first is to smile. If you smile even just a little bit, that little bit of a smile is going to help you release a little bit of dopamine so you can think straight. And now you can make a more logical decision. Because if you've ever have you noticed how if you start having like one negative thought, they start to pile on. I call it the downward negative spiral. Like it just keeps going down, down, down. So if you can catch that first little thought and give a little smile to yourself, you're now going to have enough rational activity going on in here for you to be able to make a different decision. So you're smiling a little bit. And this is a slogan I use, but I want you to pop a couple of words in that matter to you. My slogan when I start to go this way is I look into my head and I go, caught you. I'm catching my brain going in a direction that is not helpful in this moment. It's not going to make me healthier. It's not going to help other people as well. So smile, slogan, that's the second step. And the third step is to ask a question that moves you in the direction towards solution to the situation. So if you're experiencing health anxiety, if that's the issue for you, then ask a question like, how can I stay healthy? How can I help my family stay healthy? How can I keep my immune system strong? How can I? So if you ask a how can I or what can I question, it immediately allows your brain to get to work. Your brain loves questions. Oftentimes we're asking it questions that send us in a very negative direction. So if you can just switch that, I call it flip the switch with these 3 simple tools, smile, slogan, caught you, an empowering question, how can I? That's immediately going to start to move you in the direction you want to go. So I'm going to give you another little tool here that I was sharing today. I coach an entire company. It's a small company. and I was working with all 8 of them today, or 7 of them today. This is a really powerful little tool that could be helpful to you too. So um, there's a special time of day for us where our brain is actually in what's called theta waves, particularly if you've stayed pressure free. If you've used my tools and kept yourself from going into fight or flight, then your brain can get into delta waves in sleep time. And then there's 2 little magical times: when you first wake up and when you're just going to sleep. I call them the twilight times. So in these 2 little times, it's one of the few times that neuroscientists have mapped out that you can actually access your subconscious, that you can really start to change some habits that you have deep within you. So what do you do when you first wake up, or what do you think when you first wake up? And what are you thinking just before you go to bed? For millennia, almost every culture and every religion would have you pray right when you first wake up and right before you go to sleep, so that you're putting thoughts in your mind that are about gratitude, confidence. What is it that you want to have happen? So those are really magic times. What are 2 things that you could, 2 or 3 things? I usually do 3s. What are 3 things? Maybe they're just 3 words that you could say to yourself when you first wake up, when you're first coming out of sleep, and then just before you're about to go to sleep. So the ones I was teaching today are these 3 words: gratitude, love, confidence. Gratitude and confidence is what most people go for. And then I put love right in the middle of those 2 words. So when you first wake up, you create your own words, whatever words resonate for you, that that when you first wake up and just before you go to sleep, if those words are what you're thinking, it's going to really help you sleep better. It's going to help you have a better day when you wake up. So gratitude, love, confidence are my 3 that I share with my clients. And there's so much to it. I do so much with those 3 words, but I just want you to start to think about powerful words for yourself. What are some powerful words for yourself? When you can grab a sticky note. Where are all my sticky notes? I have sticky notes somewhere in here, but just grab little sticky notes and write those words on it and plaster them all over the place. Put them on your bathroom mirror, put them on your fridge, put them on your computer. These words that resonate for you, so that throughout your day you're thinking about them too. But if you really concentrate on that first time in the morning and just before you go to sleep, that will be super powerful for you. So I see some friends on. I just want to recognize Christian, Dawn, Laura, Dale, Grant. Thank you so much for coming on today. I love to see people's names pop up. I'm doing this from my computer today instead of my phone, so it's a little different. But let's just review. So if you're starting to feel really any kind of anxiety, but particularly in this phase, this chapter that we're in right now, health anxiety, if you feel your thoughts going in a negative direction for you, for someone you love, then we need to flip the switch on that. So that was you, Grant. So nice to have you on here. So if you can flip the switch, smile, look up into your head and say, caught you, with a slogan or whatever words work for you. You're interrupting your brain going in a negative direction. And then to change it, to really change it, you need to ask a question like, how can I, or what can I? So how can I stay healthy? How can I help someone else stay healthy? How can I think positively for someone? How can I pray positively for someone? So how can I, what can I? It's going to get your brain working in a positive direction. And then the last thing I shared with you is what words are in your mind when you first wake up and just before you go to sleep. Those are magic times for you, truly magic times, theta wave times. I love all this brain science, by the way. I should do a post in the future here just on the power of pressure free to have you in the right brain waves. So theta waves are powerful. And a lot of times that's when we're worrying. We wake up anxious about what might be happening today, and we go to sleep with that same anxiety of worrying about what might happen tomorrow, or worrying about what might happen in the night. This is super powerful. Using your pressure-free tools to keep you from triggering these stress hormones is going to help your immune system tremendously. There's a little protein called interferon gamma. When you go into the fight or flight stress hormones, when you release them, the second flood, when those go out later, so adrenaline goes out first, glucocorticoids second. When that second flood goes out, it drops that interferon gamma in your system up to 90%. And the rest of your immune system functions at about, with a drop of about 40%. You need your immune system pumping for you right now. You need it working for you. So use these simple tools that I teach you whenever you start to feel angry, anxious, annoyed, or ashamed. Any sort of thing causing you tension, any sort of thing tightening your body or your mind. That's when you want to use that quick little tool to help you stay healthy. It's going to help your immune system stay up no matter what happens. So no matter what happens, you want your immune system to be flourishing the best that it can. You don't want to be going over. That's what will happen in fight or flight. So Saturday, by the way, I'm doing a little show on allergies, asthma. So take a look at that. I need to get off here. This is going to be too long for my little bee to put this on Instagram tonight. But yeah, Saturday I'm going to be doing a wonderful little specific webinar on our lungs, lung health. So you can take a look at that on Saturday, and I'm just wishing you a great pressure-free day. See ya. Bye.